Chit time! I wanted to create a video where I'm just hanging out and I'm doing my quick little makeup routine and I'm talking about what I'm using, showing you some fun things, and just saying hi. That's all. So the first thing I'm going to start out with is the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. That's kind of fun to say. This really helps with like my super crazy oily T-zone. No matter what product I use, even if it's like a mattifying foundation, this skin, I tell you, it's like, it is wanting to shine through like a disco ball. So I'm just gonna place this and concentrate it on the areas that I have like the most shine, which is all around my nose, and I just kind of push like what's left over this side. It also kind of fills the pores in a little bit, which is nice. It's expensive, but I've had this for such a long time. And then I usually put some down here too, so I get a little shiny. Not as much as up above, but I have a little music playing in the background just slightly, just because I need some music right now in my life. If you can hear that, that's what that is. And I'm forewarning you, I have to wax and groom myself, and I'm just super not into that right now. Rebelling, like, I need a break. Do you guys ever feel that way? You just need a break from all the craziness we do for getting ready, like shaving and waxing and plucking, and oh my gosh, it's so exhausting. So I'm trying out this new brand because my friend Caitlin told me about it. She has been using the powder. I picked up the BB cream for summer and I've been pairing it with powder, and this is my second time using it, and so far I like it. It does have dimethicone in it, so I'm probably gonna have some issues with my skin, but I just kind of like trying stuff out. And I guess I'm just kind of wondering if there's something out there with dimethicone that won't irritate my skin, or if it's just like my skin's absolutely not having it. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of in this experimental phase, and I'm trying to figure that out. The color is a little dark for me right now. I'm gonna blend it down my neck because my self tanner has been pretty much gone. But that's another thing I'm delaying on doing. Add that to the pile of things I have to do to my body. Not that I have to do, but I want to do them. So just gonna blend this in all over my skin using a damp beauty blender. And I like using a damp beauty blender with this BB cream because the BB cream is a little bit thicker in consistency. So it's gonna have like a nicer like coverage effect because of the thicker quality of it. It's so dark. Oh, blend that in there. Make it not as apparent. BB cream is done. Now I'm going to conceal, and I'm going to be using the Master Conceal by Face Studio Maybelline. I've been using this a lot. It's been in my favorites for last month or this month. I can't remember, but I've been using it for like 2 months, so loving it. And so I'm just going to take some of my finger and put some underneath my eyes. Sorry, this is just how I like to apply, so I'm sorry if it looks like I'm flipping you off. I'm not, so I'm just putting it underneath. I just love how this wakes up my eyes, makes me look more alive and refreshed, which is what I need. So my boys, meaning my fiance and my son, they're going to be going up north for the weekend. Can you tell I'm from Minnesota by saying up north? They're going up north, and I'm gonna have the weekend to myself, although I do have to do some work and stuff. My friend Shayna's getting married soon, and it's her bridal shower this weekend, so I'm gonna go do that on Sunday. And I think I'm just gonna work on some videos and potentially some music. I've been writing some new songs. If you want to check that out, I have a channel just under Carrie Tribble. I'll link it below. That's my music channel. And I post some of my stuff up there. There we go. That's the concealer for you. I feel so alive. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so weird. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my LA Girl Pro Conceal. I'm using the color Classic Ivory. I should probably tell you the colors of things that I'm using. In the BB cream, this is the color Light Medium. Concealer is in Light, and then this one is in, again, Classic Ivory. And this one has like a nice pink tone to it, and so I just run it along like where my the darkness shows the most through. If that makes sense. So I'm gonna let that sit and settle in there for a little bit, and in the meantime I think I'm gonna do my eyebrows. And of course I always forget like one thing when I do videos. So I'm gonna go get that and I'll be right back. So for my eyebrows, I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this is the color Ash Brown. Love this thing. I'm gonna brush through my eyebrows just to make sure that they're in the position I want them to be in. I'm sorry, I'm being very... Things that are going on in my mind right now, I tell you. Sparing you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill in any of the sparse areas that I see and make sure that my shape is... I really need to... You can't see this right now, but I need to pluck. I need to shape these babies pretty badly. So I'm just filling them in. And then I'm just going to brush through them again, just to make sure that everything looks nice and smooth and put together for being non-groomed. Alright, now I'm going to take this brush from Sephora. This came in like a brush set, their airbrush set. This is the airbrush concealer, and I like to just use this to like pat in that concealer because it doesn't really move it around, and it just really makes sure that that coverage remains there but blends it in enough so that it doesn't look pretty obvious that I've got just like this line. So I'm going to do that. So next thing I'm going to do is set my under eye concealer with powder. I'm using the pressed banana powder from Ben Nye and just an e.l.f. blush brush. I love this brush for setting my under eye area. I'm just going to take some of this on my brush. And I'm going to go over the areas too that I lightened up my face, just because this yellow toned keeps it nice and bright and it doesn't take away the pigment of, you know, where you want to highlight the areas. My hair is such a mess, please don't mind it. I'm just in a very carefree attitude today, so it's just what you get. Just gonna have to deal with it. I just remembered that I have a couple spots that I need to conceal, so I'm gonna use that LA Girl concealer, put some on the back of my hand, just for sanitary reasons. And then my hands, I just washed them actually, so I'm gonna take it and just pat over the areas that need a little extra coverage. I'm someone that I don't always have like perfect makeup. I don't really want like completely like porcelain looking skin. I guess for like certain events I do, but most of the time I'm like, you know what, we're human and this stuff happens, and you know, I like to show flaws, or what we would think are flaws, but really it's reality, you know what I mean? So there we go. Alright, now I'm going to set everything with this Circa powder. This is a really, really, really pretty powder. Now again, I've only used it once before this, but so far it held up pretty well. I had a little bit of oiliness, just like oiliness right on the center of my nose, but other than that, it didn't like break down or anything, and so it's pretty good stuff. And I noticed that everything I put on top of it, like it just went on so smooth, like the bronzer and blush and everything else, it looked really, really pretty. So I'm just gonna put this all over my face and talk like this. You're gonna have to cut me off at some point, guys. The powder also adds just a light, like a little bit more coverage. I'm actually gonna put this on my nose again just to set everything. So it does add a little bit more coverage to your skin. And as you notice, I'm going down because I want to push the hair down with it and not, you know, I want it to look smoother and like this. I'm gonna work on my eyes. Very simple thing that I've been doing lately. Just using two eyeshadows from ColourPop with my fingers. And this is the Birthday Girl shade. Yeah, Birthday Girl. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the inner corner here and also underneath my eye, about halfway. And then I'm just gonna blend around with my other finger. These eyeshadows are so easy to use. If you're new to makeup and you're not exactly sure, like, you know, what you're doing quite yet, I highly recommend these eyeshadows because they're just so forgivable and they blend beautifully and they're just stunning. The formula is really good. Okay, now I'm gonna take Millionaire. I've talked about this so many times already. If you wanna know more about it, just pretty much watch all of my videos before this one and you'll get the gist of it. So I'm gonna put this on the outer part of my eye and add some depth there, and take my blending finger and move it around where I need it to be. So I'm just kind of like blending it a little bit up into my crease, and then I'm just blending the two shades together in the middle, so it just kind of looks like it fades into the dark. And then I'm going to take just a small amount on the outer part of my eye as well. I'm going slower on camera than I would in real life. I wanted to talk through this with you guys while I do it. Don't mind me, I'm just going to wipe my fingers on my tablecloth because I'm a classy lady. The next thing, where are my eyeliners? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is take this eyeliner. I've been using this a lot lately too in my videos. This is the Brown Eyes Custom Eye Enhancing Eyeliner Trio. It's a long word. The Shimmer Strips version from Physicians Formula, and this is just like a dark brown, and it basically has pigments in there and shimmer that are supposed to help bring light to the like brown eyes and really like make them stand out. So I like it. I like the staying power of it, and I think that it's a really good product, and it probably does help my brown eyes stand out more. I don't know. But I take this on my waterline. There we go. And I bring it all the way into this inner corner here, and I make sure to kind of swoop up right in this inner corner and just darken that whole area. So it just makes your eyes look a little bit bigger, and I have smaller eyes, so it's just a little trick that I do. And then I'll show you another trick soon here. I'm going to be taking this You're So Fine waterproof liquid eyeliner in Glitterati. It's just a black eyeliner. It's from Elizabeth Mott. That's her line. And I got this in my Ipsy bag like a few months ago, and I freaking love this thing. I love having Ipsy because I've discovered some really cool things there, and you just always get such a great like deal for just paying $10 a month to get like 5 products. It's really cool. So I will be just taking this eyeliner and making like a cat eye, but without, I'm not going to go over my entire eyelid because that'll make my eyes look really like just smaller. So what I do is I just focus on the outer corners of my eye, and I'll show you here. So I'm going to draw a line like this. I need to change the music. Can't go wrong with war paint. I love war paint. Okay, so I take it just there, and then what I do is I draw a little line just extending it right through this area. Like that. That's all I do. So I'm going to do the same to the other side. So it just creates an illusion of more of like a long, you know, like a bigger eye. And I really, really like it. And then another thing that I do is I take that brown eyeliner again, and then I just put a little bit on the lower lash line on the outer corner that kind of meets up with that wing here, or that tail, or whatever you want to call it. And it just kind of pulls it together, I feel. Just that little addition of eyeliner on the bottom really helps. See? Okay, mascara. I'm going to use the CoverGirl, which is my standard, and then the Essence I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. If you can dance while doing your mascara, you know you've got moves. Okay, so while my mascara is drying, because I always lightly heat my eyelash curler and curl my lashes at the very end, I'm going to put some Lip Saver on my lips just to moisturize them. This is from Aveda. And then I'm going to work on my contouring and do my blush. So bronzer, I'm going to use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. complexion brush to apply it. And adding it to my kind of like contouring but bronzing at the same time. That's just what I've been into lately. I'm going to take a little bit down the sides of my nose and the tip to contour it a little bit. I don't know if you can tell in camera, but the powder that I used, you know, the Circa powder, everything just looks so smooth now. Like the bronzer looks just beautiful. Like it's so easy to contour and add like dimension to my face. I love it. For blush, I'm going to be using the ever beautiful Sonia Kashuk Arabian Dreams Sahara. This is the Sahara Sunset Highlighter. So gorgeous. And the blush brush from Real Techniques to apply it. Just going to grab it, kind of swirl it around there. It's supposed to be a highlight. I use it as a blush. And then for a little extra highlight, I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics blending brush and this Pacifica eyeshadow. This is in the color Ethereal. I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it right on top here above my blush. And my Cupid's bow, and just a tiny bit on top of my nose. For lipstick, I am going to be using another Circa product. This is their lipstick. I'm using the color 02 Bridget. It's just a really pretty nude color. I'm gonna put this on. That's what I've been wearing lately. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes and come back and show you the finished look with my hair down and not doing this weird thing back here. And I'll be right back. Here's the finished look. I hope you guys liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Definitely like and comment this video if you liked it. And I'd love to hear from you. So if you have any thoughts or questions, make sure you leave a comment below. I hope you're having beautiful days or evenings. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you later. Bye.